My name is David Campbell. I am a high school math teacher at Mastery Charter School Shoemaker campus in West Philadelphia. I have been teaching for 7 years here and 10 years total. When I was in high school, I wanted to major in math and physics, so I went to Drexel for a few years to study math and physics as my major. I was on the fence between being an engineer or being a teacher. As I was going through the coursework and taking a few education courses, I decided that was something that interested me more. I spent some time in inner city schools and was able to work with students after school and tutoring, and it was just something that I really latched onto and found that I had skills to be good at that, and it seemed as though it was a career path that I could make last for most of my life. When it comes to teaching, my hope is that I can have some impact on all of my students, whether it's getting them to learn a lot of algebra or calculus, or maybe a life lesson in class, maybe something that I did helps them become a better student or a better person. I would say overall, my hope is that every year my students walk out of my class feeling like they accomplished something. Like I have a purpose each day when I come to school, when I come to work. My purpose is to be there, whether it's, in some cases it's as just their teacher, in some cases it's as an advocate for them, whether they're going on to college, they need a letter of recommendation. In some cases it can be as a fatherly figure. I've had students in the past that I've had to, I continue to work with beyond graduation, and that's always a good feeling. And I would say, for generally speaking, my students just make me feel happy and like I have a purpose each day when I come to work. If you could not be a teacher anymore, the desire to try and reach every student every day is certainly a challenge. That's always the goal, and it's always necessary to remind myself that there are other circumstances that could impact that could prevent that from happening. I would say the number two challenge for most teachers in the profession is a work-life balance. It's a job where it's very easy to take work home with you, whether it's emotional work, whether paperwork, whatever the case may be. So it's finding a way to separate what your work looks like and what your life looks like, and finding a happy medium. And through years of service and just making adjustments, it's possible. But it's certainly something that I discuss with new teachers all the time through mentoring. Is just make sure you find a way to balance your life with your work, because it's a very easy job to allow yourself to be consumed in. Overall, I would just, as previously stated, I would like students to walk away feeling comfortable being in a math classroom. Um, I would like them to walk away with some teamwork skills and just some general ideas and strategies to attack, whether it's general problems. College was interesting for me. The coursework I didn't find to be super challenging. Generally speaking, I didn't find the work to be that difficult. I just had a hard time going to class. Really. That was the hardest thing for me. I liked reading the books. I liked doing the math and things. There were just certain classes I just really was not interested in. I know, and it's the classes I was probably least interested in, this sounds crazy, were the education classes. Because I just felt like after taking 2 or 3 of them, they were all the same. Every class just felt like it was the same class over and over again, and that I had a hard time with that. So I would, if you want me here and I'm paying you this money, I want to learn something new. But there are aspects of college that were challenging. I would say that the most challenging thing for me was if I wasn't interested in a class, finding a purpose for going to that class. Then I also I learned a lot of lessons in college. I learned a lot. But overall, I would say it was manageable. It just certainly requires a lot of work. So I think as long as you pick the right school for you, then college should always be manageable. I think that some people, it's good to have high aspirations, but some people wind up putting themselves in the wrong position, and they try and do things that maybe they aren't just they're not really interested in. They just sound good, and then they go and try and do it, and